Hello friends, I am Ankit Parekh. Welcome you to this video lecture. In today's lecture, we are going to start very important topic which is named as vector. So before explaining or before starting the vector, let me tell you that this is you can say heart of physics. That in each and every chapter, we need to use vector, we need to deal with direction. So that is very much important for us. Now, let me start with a word which is named as tensor. See, you must know that there are basically two types of quantities. Which two types? One is, you can say, basic quantities, fundamental quantities, and other is derived quantities. So this fundamental quantities and derived quantities that you are going to study in second chapter in physics only, units and measurement. But on the basis of the magnitude, the direction, we can divide quantities into two parts, which is scalar and vector. Okay, so first of all, let me explain you tensor. Okay, you can say each quantity is tensor. તમને થશે યાર આ સ્કેલર વેક્ટર ની વાત કરતા હતા, ટેન્સર કેમ આવ્યું? Okay, so on the basis of this, first of all, each quantity is what? Tensor quantity, you can say. Now let me tell you one more thing. Tensor rank, say n. Okay, on the basis of this tensor rank, we can define the type of quantity. Okay, tensor rank, and here n is equals to number of direction, or you can say only direction, right? This is equal to 3 raised to n. N is equals to what? 3 raised to n. In quantity, say first quantity. Say first quantity is scalar quantity. For scalar quantity, tensor rank is 0. And here you can write 3 raised to 0 is 1 and only one direction. Okay, basically in scalar quantity, no need of direction. Okay, only magnitude is needed. For scalar quantity, only magnitude is required. Magnitude. Okay, what is required? 1 is magnitude, 0 is for direction. Understood? Only one. See, magnitude is required, like mass, distance, speed. These are scalar quantities. We are going to study the difference between scalar and vector in very much detail right now only. But after that, the second type on the basis of tensor rank, which is vector. Okay, this was scalar, vector. Tensor rank is 1, and here you can say 3 raised to 1 is 3. How many directions are there? 3 directions. You must know Cartesian coordinates, that x, y and z axis or z axis you can say. So there are 3 directions for this vector. 1 is for magnitude and 1 direction. Okay, we can define with 1 magnitude and 1 direction. What are the examples of this? See, as I told you, mass, speed, distance are example of scalar. Here you can say velocity, displacement, force. These are the example of vector quantities. Force is one of the most important quantity with which I am going to explain how vector works. Okay, and third, this is last for today, is called gyre. Okay, and the tensor rank is 2. 3 raised to 2 is 9. So you can say 9 direction. But this is not of our use. Here one, what are requirement for to described as one is magnitude and two directions. Understood? One is magnitude and two is for direction. But for us, these two things are important: scalar and vector. Right now we are not going to discuss about these things. These are not in our syllabus, and which is not useful for us right now. Otherwise you'll get confused. આ તો મેં તમને ખાલી ઇન્ફોર્મેશન માટે કરાવી દીધું, just to, for the starting of the lecture. Now our actual lecture starts. There's all things just for information. Now our actual lecture starts. Let me just erase all these things. Okay, you make a note. So let us discuss about the difference between scalar and vector. Scalar and vector. Okay, what is the requirement of scalar? This is called, in scalar, only magnitude is needed. Magnitude is needed, no direction. Okay, for example, mass, distance, speed, pressure. These are the example of scalar. See, suppose my mass is 70 kg, right? So I am not supposed to tell that 70 kg in east, 60 kg in west, 30 kg in north, 85 kg in south. My mass is not variable with respect to the direction. Mass is not changing with respect to the direction. So please note down this, right? Mass is a scalar quantity and direction has nothing to do with, scalar quantity has nothing to do with the direction. So this is one important point. Now for vector, to represent a vector, what is required? Magnitude as well as direction. Both are requirement. Okay. For example, you can say displacement, then I'll say force, velocity, acceleration, etc. Okay, but let me define the difference between distance and displacement. Okay, the difference between distance and displacement, the difference between scalar and vector. This is one of the most important topic of kinematics also, the third chapter. Okay, so first of all, distance. Suppose a person is somewhere here, A to B, B to C. This angle say 90 degree. I'll say this distance is 5 meter. This distance is also say 5 meter. Okay. A person named Chintu or Pintu, whatever, starts moving from A to B and then he is moving from B to C. The A is initial point from where he is starting. You can say A is which point? Initial point. And C is final point. Understood? So the distance covered by the Pintu, J naam rakho, okay? Distance covered by him. Finally he is reaching somewhere here. Okay, so distance is AB plus BC, 5 plus 5, say 10 meter. Okay, but the displacement is the shortest distance. Shortest distance between final and initial point. Displacement is what? Here displacement, you can say final and initial point. Oh, I should write shortest distance between final and initial point. The shortest distance is what? You must know this is 90 degree. So according to Pythagoras law, this distance will become phi square plus phi square. 25 plus 25, 50, or you can say 25 into 2, which is 5 root 2. Easy. Okay, 5 root 2 meter. This is what? 5 root 2 meter. So for Chintu, distance covered is 10, but displacement is 5 root 2 meter. Distance is 10 meter, but displacement is what? AC. The shortest possible distance. Suppose a person, suppose this is a map of a country. Here are some town A, here is some town B. Okay. A person is moving from town A to town B by road. The road is like this. Google map is showing you the road like this. Okay. By road a person is moving from town A to B. Say this distance of this path A to B is say 1000 kilometer. Okay, say 1000 kilometer. But the displacement, this is the displacement direct. A is initial point, B is final point. So this is only 200 kilometer. Displacement, as I told you, the shortest distance between 2 points from A to B. B is final point, A is initial point. That shortest distance is called displacement. Here is a distance by road, 1000 kilometer it has covered. The distance is also named as path length. Okay. The another name is path length for distance. So I hope you people are getting the difference between distance and displacement. For displacement, as I told you, for displacement, right, direction is also important. The shortest distance between final and initial point. Okay, see, let me give you one more example from this diagram only. A person is moving from A to B and it has covered a path length of 1000 kilometer. A to B. Okay, this is the second example. I can say, okay, A to B, distance was 1000 kilometer. Now the person is coming back to A again. So 1000 kilometer and 1000 kilometer. Total path length is 2000 kilometer. Total path length is what? 2000 kilometer. When? This is for A to B. This is also for A to B. Understood? Now, one more question. Person is moving from A to B and then back B to A. Distance is 1000 plus 1000 is 2000 kilometer. Okay, distance is what? 2000 kilometer. But displacement is what? You can say 1000 plus plus 200 minus 200 0. Final and initial position is same. A to A. Okay, I am standing over here, moving from A to B. and then coming back from B to A. So my distance is x plus x 2x, but displacement is x. The reverse displacement in opposite direction is minus x. The total displacement is 0. Understood? So when final and initial positions are same, net displacement is 0. Okay. Let us take. So થોડું તમને વેક્ટર સમજમાં આવ્યું હશે, but let us example for force. Suppose an object is situated somewhere here, okay, on a platform, and I am applying force of say 2 Newton. Force Newton is unit of force, okay, all of you must know this. I am applying force of 2 Newton and the object is moving in this direction. Okay, this is a smooth platform, no friction is there, so no other force. So the object will displaced in this direction. After some time I'll find this object is moving somewhere here in this direction. Understood? Okay, suppose the object is here and I am applying force of this. So the object will move. The object will move in this direction. Understood now? Okay, this is also 2 Newton. Now what happened if I'll apply force on the object like this, 2 Newton and say 3 Newton. These two forces are in same direction, okay? So net force, F net, is 2 plus 3, 5 Newton. Net force is what? 2 plus 3, 5 Newton. But what if I'll apply 2 Newton in this direction and 3 Newton in this direction? Okay, so net force on the object is 2 plus 3 or 3 minus 2, 1 Newton in this direction, left hand side. Understood? Okay, same thing. Let me just revise this, erase this. Now suppose an object is somewhere here. If I pull this with some force, say 5 Newton, it will move in this direction. Understood? At the same time, I am applying force of 5 Newton on this. Okay, exactly perpendicularly. Now the object won't move only in this direction. Somehow it will try to move in this direction also. Okay, if I'll apply force 5 Newton in this direction, it will move in this direction. When I'll apply force of 5 Newton in this direction, it will move in this direction. But what if I'll apply 5 Newton, okay, perpendicularly like this? So the motion of the object is this. This angle must be 45 degree. Huh? Why 45 degree? The force in both directions are same. So the object will move somewhere here on this path. Okay, the object will move somewhere here. Understood? Right? So this is the exact angle of 45 degree because force are same. Now let me increase this force. If the object is situated here and I'll apply say 8 Newton and here say 1 Newton. So the resultant force will be like this. The object will move in this direction. This angle is smaller, this theta is smaller. Understood now? The resultant displacement of the object is in which direction? Is in that direction where the effect of force is more. You can say this is x direction, this is y direction. Okay, if these two are same, 1, 1, 2, 2, 8, 8, then the object will move exactly making a 45 degree angle with this. But if I am increasing this force, the object will try to move towards this, more in this direction, less in this direction. Understood? If this force is greater and this force is smaller, so the object will move more in upward direction and less in horizontal direction. So that is the common sense thing. Okay, I hope you people are getting what I am trying to convey. Okay, let me just erase this. Now some general points for vector. General points for vectors. Okay, what are these? First is called notation. You can represent any vector. You can represent any vector in this manner, in arrow. Okay, this point is called origin of vector. Okay, or you can say tail. This point is called head, and this length is magnitude of vector. The effect of vector, the intensity of vector can be represented by the length. The magnitude can be represented by the length. So I can say this is A. This thing is A. I can call it vector A, or in some of the reference book textbooks, generally it is notation is only A, but in bold letter. Okay, so we are not going to do bold letters all the time, so you should understand this. Vector A. Suppose the effect is in this direction, so I'll represent it like this. So suppose force is 5 Newton. Okay, suppose force is 5 Newton in this direction. So this length could be of 5 unit. 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. Okay, each of them are same. दूर थी जो same लागसे. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. This is again, as I told you, head, tail and length is magnitude. Okay, length is what? Write down this. Vector is a mathematical entity. It is not a physical quantity. Okay, vector is not self a physical quantity which is used to represent physical quantity. Now you can add or subtract. Okay, like quantity vectors only. Quantity vectors. I'm not talking about multiplication and division, but addition and subtraction. Okay, I mean to say that you can add a1 plus a2. Suppose these are two vectors. So vectors of accelerations. Magnitude of a1. Magnitude of a1 is, say, can be written as like this, or only a1 or like this. Say 3 meter per second square. And say for A2, 4 meter per second square. But the addition of these is not 7. The addition is not 7. Why? Because you cannot directly add vectors. Okay, if these two are in same direction, you can add them. But if angle between them is not 0 or 180, you cannot add or subtract them. Let me just explain you by the thing which is angle between two vectors. You write down this. Okay. Angle between two vectors. Now angle between two vectors, what is that? Okay, suppose here is a vector A, here is a vector B. This is what? Length of vector A which represents magnitude. This is what? Length of vector B which represents magnitude of B. This arrow is indicating direction which is named as head. This is tail. Hence the angle between these two is 30 degree. Fine. Okay, now how to find angle between vectors? You need to find angle between head to head or tail to tail. Okay, either you need to find angle between them head to head or tail to tail. Here I can clearly see this theta is 30. Okay, this is angle between tail to tail. Now this is head of A and tail of B. You cannot say the angle is 150. So what is the angle? You just extend the direction of A. I have the extended direction of A, and that angle, this angle, if the whole angle is 180, then this angle must be 30. So now angle between vector A and vector B is not 150. The angle between two head or tail, that is the acceptable angle. Now here I can clearly see this angle is 90. Okay, angle between these two is not 0. B is moving in this direction, A is moving in this direction. The angle is like this. Okay, so that is 180 degree. Okay, this is for two vectors. Let us take few more vectors. A, say 120B, and here C, and this angle say 110. First of all, what you need to do, take all of them on a single point. Take all of them on a single point. How? This angle is A, this vector is A. So let me draw A. Okay, I'll extend this. Understood, like this. This angle was 110. This was C, no? So I'll write C somewhere here. You understood? Just taken from here, substituted over here. This was 110. So this must be 70. This must be what? 70, because this is 110. See this 110. So this must be 70. Now for B, vector B is this. You extend vector B like this. Okay. This angle, this was vector B. See this. Angle between A and B is 120. So I should write this angle is 120. This angle is 120. So this angle must be 60. Understood now? This angle must be 60. So now when you will ask you that angle between A and B, 60. Angle between A and C 70. Now what is angle between B and C? B is here, C is here. B2 is this much is 60. This much is 70. So you can say angle between B and C is 130. Angle between B and C is 130 degree. This was direction of C. Understood? So finally, this was the question. This is the answer. Angle between two vectors. Let us solve few more questions regarding this angle between two vectors. Okay. Let me just remind you what I have explained. This is vector head, tail, vector A, magnitude. If you have not written yet, please write down this. Magnitude of vector A can be represented by mod A or only A. Magnitude of vector A can be represented by mod A or only A. Now, the length is equals to magnitude. This we have studied in vector. Vector A. Suppose on an object, this is vector A. Okay, I'll say F1, force 1, 10 Newton. Okay, force 2, say 12 Newton. I don't know or I don't want to know right now about the magnitude of resultant force. I just want to check the angles between various force applicable on this material, right? And here is say F3, 8 Newton. Okay, and say F4, also 8 Newton. Okay, magnitudes are this. You cannot say equal to. For equal to, you need to mention the direction. The angles between these, say 60. This angle is 60. Obviously, this is 90. And so this angle is also 60. Now, let us apply all the force on one point. So this point, I'll say this point O. Okay, all the forces on one point. This you can extend like this. The direction can be extended like this of F2. These are on one point only. F1, F1, this F3, okay, F2, the direction of F2, F2, okay, and this one, say F4. Now check angle between F1 and F4. This angle is 60. Angle between F1 and F4. This angle is 60 degree. Okay. Now angle between F3 and F1. This is 90. F3 and F1. I want to find angle between F1 and F2. This F1. This is F2. You must know this is F2. Okay. This angle is 60. See this 60. The whole angle must be 180. Whole angle should be 180. Which? This line. And this whole angle must be 180. So 60, 60. If this is 180, if this angle is 180, then 60, 60. This must be 60. Understood now? 60, 60 and 60. Total must be 180. Now, F3, F1, angle between them is 90. If this angle is 60, this angle is 30. Understood? So now, what are the angle between? Angles between. Okay, F1 and F2, F2 and F3, F3 and F4, F4 and F1, F1, F2 and F4, right? And F3 and F4. Okay, done. Chalo, let us check all these angles. What is angle between F1 and F2 from this diagram? F1, F2, 60 degree. Angle between F2 and F3. Where is F2? F2, F3. Angle is 30. Okay. Now angle between. Oh, sorry. 60 between F2 and F3. 30. Now F3 and F4. Where is F3? This F3. This is F4. What should be the angle? This is 90. Right? This much is 90. This much is 60. 90 plus 60. 150. Okay, angles between tail to tail. Now F4 and F1. Where is F4? This is F4. This is F1. Angle is 60. F2 and F4. This is F2. F2. 60. And this is also 60. So total angle between these two, 120. See, by this method, you can find angle between any of the two vectors or any pair of the vectors. Okay. So these are the basic things related to vectors. In next lecture, we are going to cover all the types of vectors, then addition of vectors, subtraction, multiplication, division, everything about the vectors. So till then, stay tuned, stay home, stay safe. Thank you.